Excellency Prime Minister Hsien Loong, members of the media, I have been informed that Singapore is leading the world in putting driverless cars on the road. But I rest assured, we all rest assured that one of India's strongest well-wisher, Prime Minister Lee, is in the driving seat for Singapore and for our bilateral relationship. Excellency Lee, you are a friend of India. We commend your commitment and contribution to strengthening our ties. It is indeed a great honor for me to welcome you here today. Friends, my first visit to Singapore as Prime Minister was on a solemn occasion to pay our respects to Lee Kuan Yew, a guiding light not just for Singapore but for the whole of Asia. This year, we were saddened by the demise of another great son of Singapore, former President S.R. Nathan. He was a close friend of India, and we had the honor to confer on him the Pravasi Bharatiya Samman. We will miss him. Friends, Singapore's national anthem is Majula Singapura, Onward Singapore. Singapore, आगे बढ़ो. No surprise, therefore, that if there is one country that seems to act in the present but is alive to the needs of the future, it is Singapore. Whether it is manufacturing, environment, innovation, technology, or delivery of public services, Singapore does today what the rest of the world would do tomorrow. Friends, less than 12 months ago, during my visit to Singapore, we had upgraded our bilateral partnership to the level of a strategic partnership with renewed spirit, new energy, naya utsaah, naya josh. To deliver benefits to both our people, our partnership aims to combine the strengths of Singapore with the scale of India and dynamism of Singapore with vibrancy of our states. During my visit last year, we had drawn up a roadmap to realize our ambitious cooperative agenda. Quick implementation of agreed decisions has also been an important element of our engagement. Today, Excellency Lee and I undertook a detailed review of the shape and substance of our strategic partnership. During my visit to Singapore, Prime Minister Lee had taken me on a visit to the Institute of Technical Education. Today, we have signed 2 MOUs focused on skill development. One, to set up a skill development center for our northeastern states in Guwahati, and the other with the National Skill Development Council. I also welcome the inauguration of the Center of Excellence for Tourism Training in Udaipur in cooperation with the state government of Rajasthan. Rajasthan is also partnering with Singapore in the fields of urban development and waste management. Singapore is already our partner in developing Amravati, the new capital city of Andhra Pradesh. Friends, the trade and investment ties from the bedrock of our bilateral relationship We enjoy a strong network of business-to-business partnerships. In this context, Prime Minister Lee and I have agreed to expedite the second review of our comprehensive economic cooperation agreement. The MOU on intellectual property, which has been signed today, will facilitate greater business-to-business exchanges and collaborations. Prime Minister Lee and I also welcome the issuance of corporate rupee bonds in Singapore. It is a step forward in our effort to mobilize capital for India's large infrastructure development needs. Friends, our defense and security cooperation is a key pillar of our strategic partnership. As two maritime nations, keeping the sea lanes of communication open and respect for international legal order of seas and oceans is a shared priority. Our cooperation in the framework of ASEAN East Asia Summit and the ASEAN Regional Framework is aimed at building an open and inclusive architecture for regional cooperation in an atmosphere of trust and confidence. Rising tide of terrorism, especially cross-border terrorism, and the rise of radicalization are grave challenges to our security. They threaten the very fabric of our societies. It is my firm belief that those who believe in peace and humanity need to stand and act together against these menaces. Today, we have agreed to enhance our cooperation to counter these threats, including in the domain of cybersecurity. Excellency Lee, India has embarked on a path of strong economic growth and transformation. In this journey, we regard Singapore as a key partner. Recently, we benefited from Deputy Prime Minister Shanmugaratnam's ideas on transforming India. I also deeply value your personal friendship and your leadership in taking our bilateral relationship forward. Once again, I extend to you and your delegation my warmest welcome. I am confident that your visit to India will be productive and successful. Thank you.
Your Excellency, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. First, may I thank the Prime Minister for his very warm welcome and for his very warm words. Next, may I express my condolences to the Indian government and the families of the victims of the Uri attack. Singapore strongly condemns terrorist attacks of all forms. My last visit to India was in 2012. Since then, India has been undergoing a transformation, and there's growing optimism about its prospects. And this is due to the dynamic leadership and the clear vision of the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister and I had a wide-ranging, in-depth discussion this morning. We took stock of the progress since we concluded the strategic partnership last year. Singapore is supporting India's initiatives like Skill India and 100 Smart Cities. We're helping to set up a Centre of Excellence for Tourism Training in Udaipur in Rajasthan. I'll be visiting Rajasthan tomorrow and look forward to launching this centre. And we are studying expanding this collaboration to other states. I'm very happy that we've been able to witness 3 MOUs just now that were signed on skills that are a follow-up to our strategic partnership and which will, I hope, play a useful role in India's development. Singapore is very happy to support India's efforts to transform its economy and to give the youth of India the skills that they need. We are also contributing towards the development of smart cities in India. As you know, we are involved in the master plan for Amaravati, which is Andhra Pradesh's new capital city, and a Singapore consortium is bidding to develop the core of the city. And I'm confident that our two countries can do more together in urban solutions and smart cities development across India. We also discussed furthering our economic ties. Singapore last year was one of India's largest sources of foreign direct investments, and in turn more than 8,000 Indian companies are present in Singapore. We should facilitate these investment flows, and we discussed how India and Singapore can deepen our financial cooperation, and we agreed to appoint senior ministers on both sides. In Singapore's case, DPM Tharman Shanmugaratnam, and in India's case, Finance Minister Arun Jaitley, to discuss how we can come up with new and innovative ways to cooperate, to find win-win outcomes, and to report back to us. We also discussed how we can strengthen our air connectivity, which can be a major enabler for the Make in India and Incredible India campaigns. This move would strengthen our links and send a strong signal to the world that India is serious about attracting investments and businesses. I'm glad that Singapore Airlines Scoot, the low-cost carrier, launched its maiden flight from Singapore to Jaipur just 2 days ago. And Jaipur has become the 15th Indian city to be connected directly to Singapore. Singapore is a firm believer in India. We continue to contribute where we can to your remarkable development story. I'm heartened that both sides are committed to deepening our bilateral relationship, and I look forward to India playing a growing role in the region because we believe that your economy and your influence will continue to grow for many more years. And I'm sure that with that, our ties too between Singapore and India will grow from strength to strength in future. Thank you very much.